Welcome back to Outer Worlds 2. Massive rifts are threatening star systems, but a few rifts seem to be healing. DeVries has stood down and headed off to rethink some of her life decisions, but before leaving, she gave us a data cartridge and directions to a rift modulator that should at least help with the smaller tears. As for the peace delegates, well, they're darn grateful to be alive. Both the Order and Auntie's Choice have invited us to meet with them, see if we can work together. And we're in an oddly strange position of not having to desperately chase. Why did I know he was going to be standing there? What?
What happened back there? We had her cornered, bullets chambered, justice within reach, and you just let her go? What am I supposed to do with that? How am I supposed to trust you the next time a tough choice has to be made?
Yeah, truly, I have had enough of your judgments. If you don't want to work with me, then leave.
Wouldn't stay if you begged me.
Good.
One day, you'll look back on this moment with regret. But I sure as hell won't.
Don't let the hatch hit you. Well, that's a relief. He's been annoying since day one. Is that a moon? Where's that device? Maybe, I don't know. Anyway, as I was saying, for once, we don't have anything urgent. We don't have to go chase down Clemens or Wiley or DeVries. We could even go shopping if we wanted to. So there's just tremendous opportunities now. What are you thinking about?
Have to say, disagree with your decision about Niles. Agents who follow orders are an easy supply. Those of good character are hard to come by. Did you have something else to discuss?
Okay. Yeah. Let's do a 360 review.
Happy to provide unbiased observational data.
Getting along with the Arbiter.
You want me to say something nice, dear? He has good taste in adventure serials, I suppose. Otherwise, no redeeming qualities.
That's not very insightful.
Whatever's on your mind. Very well. Never minded.
I mean, if you had something productive to say about why you didn't like him, that would be one thing. Monastery Planetarium Model. This serves as a sobering reminder that we are but specks of dust in this vast universe, and that our efforts matter little to the forces of nature. Also, this makes for a good nightlight. How's it going, Asa?
We going to kill Hierarch Ziegler soon? My knife hand's getting itchy.
Yeah, why do you think he turned on you?
Who can say? There was no indication that I've seen. I've interacted with him on occasion. Seemed a decent, loyal sort. As interested as I am to hear whatever sorry explanation he has, not sure I'll be able to control my rage when I see him to ask why before I remove his spleen. Maybe I'll start with his gallbladder? No, I think it's gotta be the spleen.
Nice chatting with you. Okay. Yeah, my decision about Niles. I don't recall me telling him to leave. Anyway. Okay, so now we have quite a few destinations. Auntie's Choice ship. Well, I take it I still have no bounty. Nope. I don't have anything in particular that I'm trying to buy, but I want to buy a lot of it.
Tired of firearms that explode and you think I misplaced a hand grenade? We'll know in a couple seconds if it's armed or not. Browse all you like. Everything I've got is fine-tuned to perfection. Feel free to go on a murderous rampage with what you buy. It's good publicity.
Okay. So he sells mods and weapons. Agatha does 39 damage and has Agatha's Surprise. Fires 25% more slowly, but its bullets explode on hit. Uses heavy rounds as ammo instead of long rounds. Okay. It's a big magazine. Pretty good rate of fire. And extremely expensive. Wow. Extra holster. Reduces ammo costs. No. Oh. Shock rifle, telescopic sight. These are very specific mods.
Buy from me and live to tell your fellows about my store.
That almost sounds like a threat. Lots of mods here. Changes damage type to shock. I don't think we'd use that much with a sniper rifle. That could be useful. Do I have any junk to sell? Yeah, some. We'll think about that one. That's interesting.
If you lost it, I'm selling it.
I feel I should address any allegations you may have heard regarding bloodstains on my inventory. Just means it's been well loved. Tell me what you need. Can do.
So we kind of spit some of the damage back at him. That's nice. Oh, that's very interesting. That's just so wrong. That's very expensive. I guess the question is, how many slots are available on a hat? Just one in this case. But the particular mod I've got is distributing melee damage, and I seldom use melee.
Look, everyone else here, tell me what you need. Can do.
All right, let's go for it. Gonna be here long.
My contraptions don't explode no more. Hello once more. I guarantee you some of my inventions will be working soon. Be happy to show you. Anybody even listening to this? Let me tell you stuff.
I think there's another vending machine up here. Yep. Well, this wasn't really as great as I expected. Can't think of anything we need here. I think it's just a bar.
Any friend of the broker is a friend of mine. Libations or information? What's your poison?
Yeah, what's with the masks?
If you were running a less than legal group, would you want everyone knowing your agents' identities? I don't think so. Lots of folks in Sub Rosa have friends and family elsewhere. Auntie's Choice and the Protectorate predominantly, but some order. If their identities somehow got out, those friends and family are suddenly going to look like much juicier targets. It's safer for everyone this way.
Got it. Okay. Well, this was fun.
Commander, a moment of your time if you... Commander, I'm glad I managed to intercept you before we left. There's something of utmost importance I wish to discuss.
What's up?
I received a message from a close friend of mine, Virgil. He was my co-protege under the Supreme Arbiter. His message claimed he had information relevant to the Supreme Arbiter's death. He wishes to meet with me at the Vox Relay on Paradise Island. I did not mention it before, but believe it may be necessary to avoid shocking you later. Our greatest suspect in the death of the Supreme Arbiter is the Protectorate's consul.
Why is he the biggest suspect?
Our mentor always disdained him thoroughly, and he our mentor. If anyone would have had reason to slay her, it would have been him. But we have needed evidence. Evidence that I believe Virgil now possesses.
Why isn't he with you?
It was actually his suggestion we divide and conquer. As our operational philosophies differ ever so slightly, this seemed a good plan. Virgil often prefers to watch rather than act, and was often lenient with sentencing where I was not. This behavior was often criticized by the Supreme Arbiter, but there have been occasional rare instances where treating a subject with mercy ultimately resulted in better behavior. It is a novel, albeit strange, philosophy.
Look forward to meeting him.
Very good. I hope we shall see him at your earliest convenience. I feel this shall most certainly set our investigation into motion.
Yeah, I think the first thing we want to do is get that rift modulator. Okay, well, it just so happens that... Okay, this is... okay. Doesn't much matter in this case. Because we're just here to get a rift modulator. We'll go with them.
Observe that formidable structure in the distance. I hope the device we are after remains within.
Protectorate control of Praetor has largely been achieved through the maintenance of a blockade. A survey of Praetor indicates there may be an alternate route past the blockade via the Automech factory.
Is there like a speaker on the ship, or did she broadcast to us? She's never done that before. Nobody here but Sprats, it looks like. All right, what's the story here? To all subjects of the Protectorate, from offices of the Council, welcome to Praetor. To all newly assigned subjects, the Council welcomes you to the world of Praetor. where the magnificence of the universe exists in harmony with Protectorate science and industry. When you ponder the perfection of the plan, remember Praetor and the wonders you will experience here. Consider the permanent darkness of this world held in perfect equilibrium, with the lightning shoals streaking above your heads. Praetor is a world of balance which the Protectorate only enhances by its presence. And of course, above all, Praetor is the final resting place of our beloved matriarch. Did not know that. Addendum. Also, please keep to the designated paths, as the native Gorvid and Varachnid life forms are exceptionally dangerous, and to wander into their territory is to potentially cut your service to the Protectorate short. Praise the matriarch, offices of the council. From Commander Purcell, Raptidon warning. As if to demonstrate their ignorance of the plan, the bits-obsessed Auntie's Choice forces have chosen to spearhead their invasion with a foreign species known as Raptidons. It is not yet known the effect of these invasive xenofauna will have on the long-term balance of Praetor, but all subjects tasked with ecological management are advised that Raptidons are not part of the plan and thus have no say as to whether a Protectorate subject shall be reclassified as food. Combat units are advised to give Raptidons the same priority for erasure as any other Auntie's Choice invasion asset. Praise the matriarch, Commander Purcell. White chocolate yummies. Excuse me. You know, Tristan's a nice enough guy, but he's just so big. It's always in the way. Well, that's an odd looking structure.
Prosecuting viscerally. Lethal measures at the ready, Commander.
Also difficult traveling with two melee fighters. Oops. Oh, that's you. My goodness. Hard to get in a shot when the enemies are all surrounded. Interesting.
To battle!
Either restore my life or avenge my death!
Oh, there's more of them.
I'm alive. Who needs to die?
I shall not stay your execution. Assist me, will you? My death would be a stain on None shall stand against us!
Oh, it's one of those. Here, I have a gun just for you. There we go.
Mobility interrupted.
Oh, y'all got back up here quickly. Oh. Hi there. Well, let's see. Looks like everybody goes to almost everybody goes to 7. Always down for lock picking and hacking. And we'll go with speech. New perk. Don't have any negative reputation, so that doesn't help me. Temporary bonus. That just seems so useless. Because the benefit is so brief. We'll go with that one. When Tristan is exposed to uranium, he rapidly regenerates health. And when he's in uranium, his companion ability recharges. What is his companion ability? I don't even know. Right, I think we had some looting to do. If nothing else, there should be a big auto mech down here. What an odd combination. Okay, back to the task. Well, there seems to be a pathway in this direction. I think it's a pathway. Doesn't look like those things go out of their way to attack anyway. What on earth is this? Second shrine, the void. Dear subject, you are now adrift in the darkness. Your path unseeable. Your fear understandable. But your feelings are an affront to the glory that is the matriarch's achievement. This is the shrine of the void. It represents the smallest reflection of the almost incalculable distance between the matriarch's departure from Earth and her arrival at the Arcadian system. The void was vast and unknowable, with dangers beyond your feeble imaginings. But how could you falter here, facing such an inadequate copy, when our beloved matriarch took her crew and the future of humanity through this darkness without hesitation? Do not falter. Instead, steel your heart with thoughts of what she overcame. Trust in her indomitable willpower, and you will surely find your way through the final shrine. Take a brief moment to reflect on the incalculable effort the matriarch put into bringing your forefathers here to give them a better life, free of tyranny. Salamandretta. Okay.
Can't say I'm too fond of that noise. We're meeting what's making it. Doesn't anything make you question the Protectorate's infallibility at all? I mean, their partners in crime in the Order broke away and a corporation invaded their precious utopia.
Quite the contrary. The outsiders desire what we have. The Order is too cowardly to admit they want what the Protectorate has. The Order's jealousy weakened us from within, allowing the opening for Auntie's choice to invade. We were not imperfect. It is everyone else who was.
You just keep telling yourself that.
Another shrine? Third shrine, the Arcadian system. At last, dear subject, you have arrived at the shrine of Arcadia. Your path is nearly complete. Cast your eyes forward into the formless light. Cast your eyes forward into the formless light. Think on what the matriarch and her first crew felt the moment that light, the rays of Arcadia's sun, overwhelmed their senses. Even as you shield your eyes from the light of the future, think of the first colonists doing the same. All but our matriarch. Her gaze was resolute, the future already solid in her thoughts. An unshakable vision built on ironclad resolve. You've come far, but like those first subjects, your work is far from done. Those subjects founded an entire system and gave form to the matriarch's vision, but none of them ever forgot the gift she had given them, the gift of creating her future. Your first few steps to the tomb of our beloved matriarch are a minuscule expenditure of effort by comparison, but make them with the same conviction the first crews possessed. Lightning Tower. Oh, darn it, I forgot to look for the tossball card vendor when I was at the station. Atmospheric discharge absorption systems for this installation. Status inactive. Notice, system requires recalibration. Towers requiring calibration, 5. Well, nobody asked me to mess with their towers, but I assume that someone will at some point. Error. Well, I guess I won't be doing that. Motor did not engage. Highly likely that his part is damaged or missing. Spare parts are stored locally in the tower control rooms. Once the faulty parts have been replaced or repaired, recommence calibration process. Okay. So. I see they have scrappers here as well. Northeast grounding tower panel. A number of disconnected wires, scrapes, bent corners lead you to believe that a part was removed from here with great force and little working knowledge of the panel. Above the area the missing part used to occupy is a note written in a barely legible hand. Given the terrible handwriting and worse spelling, you suspect this note was written by a scrapper. It warns the reader to not steal any more parts or the protectorate will be very, very, very much madder. The note also alludes to a scrapper camp to the east. So I can't hack my way out of this one. I've got to find that part. That's a shame. I think it's all the same. Yeah. Which probably tells us that if we go to the east, we will encounter this group. Which is pretty close by. Probably through this pass. Oh. Two very dangerous creatures called Gorvins. Well, creatures with lots of health anyway. No, let's focus on this for now. Nice of people to leave all this stuff around. You know, I could eat. Golden Shroud of the First Sovereign. Hand-woven from homespun textiles and energy-absorbent materials, the Golden Shroud projects an aura of opulent indestructibility. It was tailored to fit the First Sovereign's perfect frame and remains redolent of his reassuring musk. Wow. I'm suddenly less interested in stealing that.
Whoa, to have the matriarch taken from us before her time.
Actually, the matriarch passed at the impressive and venerable age of 90, establishing Arcadia's precedent for longevity.
90? So young! Imagine what glorious inventions she could have conceived of with only a handful more years.
Safety advisory. Not to be disregarded. Warning, this panel is for testing automated security functions and should never be activated while guests are near the casket. These rules may not apply if an extrajudicial execution becomes necessary during a tour.
To do your job is a virtue. Every part is a call. Every subject ensures.
Well, I don't see any particular reason to kill the tourists.
Now present to you my new invention, the skip drive, a revolutionary technology that will allow humanity to sojourn to the stars.
Only a singular mind could have conceived of such advanced technology.
It is my deepest wish to entrust the skip drive to those brave visionaries willing to follow me into a most prosperous future.
Yes, so wise matriarch, lead us into this future you have envisioned.
Immunity to corrosive side effects. And 10% physical damage. Wow. And the usual recipes. I wonder how many picks I've got now. Probably a lot more than I actually need.
Set course for Arcadia. In my new colony, we will abandon the illness of corporatism. None will suffer for the pleasure of unseen overlords. And all will thrive. Everything in accordance with the grand paradigm.
Protectorate of Arcadia. Matriarch Ship Terminal. Demonstration. The following is an accurate recreation of the Matriarch ship for educational purposes. Welcome, Matriarch Barrick. Please select from the following options. Matriarch's logs. Skip drive performance, exceptional. In all the preliminary tests, the skip drive outperformed in all its metrics, and I have every reason to believe it will continue to execute beyond expectations when we finally set course for Arcadia. No longer will humanity gaze longingly at the stars. We will master space as we have mastered every unexplored wilderness that has come before. The stars, our destination. It is my firm belief that the seeds of utopia first begun on Earth will flower most prolifically in the soil of our new colony. Future generations will speak glowingly of all that has been accomplished under the light of this fateful star, Arcadia, our colony, our home. Okay. Well, I can access what's in the display cases. But not that one.
They never questioned, never doubted. Their zeal never lacked.
Mediating! Lethally!
Oh, this thing takes forever to load. Oh. Wholesome housewares. The matriarch lived much as we do, consuming simple fare prepared by personal chefs and served on priceless tableware of antique earth ceramics. Her favorite houseplant, nourished by her own wise exhalations, yet thrives today under its impermeable coating of lacquer. Amazing. Perfect pursuits. The matriarch never rested from her intellectual, philanthropic, recreational, and martial pursuits. In her bottomless benevolence, she funded development of the first offensive and defensive automechanicals, maintained a well-oiled collection of firearms, and even found time to amass a collection of rare pitchball cards in absolutely perfect, good to very good condition.
Commander. Oh, I see. You must have noticed a spot of dust on that artifact and taken it for cleaning. Good initiative.
Oh my. Yeah, I definitely think this is going to be a problem. Hearth and home. The matriarch appointed her many humble seasonal properties with simple furnishings chosen by teams of decor experts for comfort, aesthetic symmetry, and stain resistance. Her original desk, however, was humbly austere, a simple workspace to ponder magnificent ideas.
A perfect society demands perfect thoughts. Perfection is impossible when the mind is a thing of symmetry.
Perfect vision. Among the matriarch's many gifts were her powers of observation and capacity for vision. Behold the very telescope through which she first espied the life-giving star we call Arcadia. In spite of the telescope's rudimentary design, such was the matriarch's mathematical prowess that even from her distant vantage on Earth, she was able to use precise equations to determine our colony as a prospective new home capable of supporting life. Plus 60% magazine size.
Sovereign provides, the system abides.
That's a pretty nice gun. Eden Biosphere. Eden was personally selected by the matriarch as the ideal location to begin her perfect colony, requiring minimal terraforming to support human life. That's the door we come in.
All it took was some light instruction.
Enemy spotted.
It has been 10 minutes. Perhaps you would like to view the rest of the exhibition hall?
The last sentinel who received a tour boasted of spending 30 minutes in Lamentations. Do you think me incapable of matching his grief?
Not at all, Sentinel Willa.
What was...
Please continue.
Prudence
Taking
punitive action!
Well, I didn't realize that they were our enemies. That was the Golden Shroud key. Matriarch's casket. This casket supposedly holds the remains of the matriarch, but you won't know for sure unless you open it. Hopefully there aren't any extra security measures. You slide the top of the casket aside, anticipating some sort of trap, but the casket opens without issue. Perhaps you were worried for nothing? I doubt it.
Safeguarding the matriarch's remains from the council, are we? This is rather unusual, but it is the only sane explanation for what you currently do.
Well, it's a very valuable skull. Okay, we came in that door. Oh, hi.
I shall reduce them to a slurry.
Where's full stop?
Wrist weapon prime!
The first bishop's Calcatus. Close enough. This device, Lord knows how it's supposed to be pronounced, was used by the first presiding bishop of the Order of the Ascendant to command the archive. The original was later replaced with a design more symmetrical and pleasing to the paradigm. Pardon our imperfections. The contents of these display cases have been removed for restoration. Rest assured they are appropriately inspiring and demonstrative of the matriarch's unquestionable wisdom and foresight. Fire standards. Gasp in the appropriate reverence of this pair of gold-spangled banners. This tour is getting boring. Brave new outer worlds. The sky was never the limit for she who ushered us to the stars. I should have double checked how many picks I had left. Good Shepherd's Guide to Electrical Systems. Okay. So this has no other doors. Some people say the prosperous are shielded from the world's misery by their wealth. These people are right. Evasion chance plus 20%. Combat sprint speed plus 50%. It's valuable. Take all. What else is there to take? Odd. Maybe that always appears and I've just never noticed it before. Okay, how do I get out of this place? And on second thought, why are we here exactly? What was our mission for this location? So was this not actually a destination? Was it just sort of an interesting waypoint? Yes, so. So I wonder... how effective that pistol would be against those big critters. Rounds, that's pretty good. Of course, this has nothing to do with the mission. We'll have a feeling it will eventually.